my channel. Welcome back to Megan's View. It's been such a long time. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So corny. It's been such a long time. Been like a year and some change, but no bigs. Anyway, I'll probably do a video like later on, a catch-up video. Obviously we need to catch up, we need to sit down, we need to, you know, chit chat about what's been going on with me. A lot of changes have happened, and you know, just life basically. I've been on TikTok though, so if you want to see a little bit of what I've been doing, at least for the first half of this year, just check it out on my TikTok. I'll link it down below. But anyway, I wanted to come back because I miss making YouTube videos, obviously, even though I have low views and not many subscribers, but I like doing it anyway, so I don't care. But I did miss just whole shebang of filming, editing, all that. So I wanted to get back into this because it's something I like to do. And I also really do love watching TV and movies and like all that type of stuff. And I wanted to do like debriefs basically of the stuff I watched. And usually I would just call up my friends or call up my sisters and just like ramble to them and rant to them about what the stuff I watch and what's going on in that. But I'm like, let me leave them alone for now and let me just like find another outlet to get my feelings. So this is what the debriefs are. And I wanted to talk about Marvel's new show, Secret Invasion. Y'all know I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a Marvel fan down. I own comics. I watch everything Marvel related. Y'all just seeing my like novels and like other regular books right here. But the top shelf above me, the collection is large. Actually, I have stuff down here, but y'all, it's just out of frame. Okay, y'all could probably see like some comics right here, but it's out of frame. It's okay, it's okay. But y'all know me, y'all know that this is my life. So let's just get into the debrief. Let's just get into it. Secret Invasion just came out this past week. I just finished watching the first episode, and I have thoughts and questions, and I'm just left shook and speechless because of that ending. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I can't filter myself in regards to holding back information, so just be warned. If you haven't watched certain things of Marvel, if you haven't watched this first episode, please pause this and go and watch, come back and let's discuss, because the debriefs are me like ranting out, but also wanting to start a discussion with you guys and you know, all that type of stuff. So let's just go. Secret Invasion is basically about alien race, the Skrulls, that we've been introduced to in past movies such as Captain Marvel's, their like background origin story, and then yeah, that's the origin story. That's when we first got introduced to them. But then we also see them in Spider-Man Far From Home, all that type of stuff. So the Skrulls are coming to invade Earth because they need a home. As we saw in Captain Marvel, their home was lost due to the Kree-Skrull War. That's such a tongue twister for me. And Fury vowed to help them find their new home. Obviously that was such a long time ago, and so much has happened since now that a rebellious group within the Skrulls are taking matters into their own hands, and they want Earth and they want their lick back. And yeah, so with that being said, the invasion basically consists of these rebellious members infiltrating like high priority, you know, FBI, any other government agencies that's in the MCU, you know, that type of stuff, like if SHIELD was still around, or SWORD, whatever. You know, all that kind of stuff. They're infiltrating that to basically get the pieces they need to, you know, execute their plans. And that's really scary because so many people could be Skrulls and we just don't know about it. So that's the intensity of it all. And as we saw in Spider-Man Far From Home, Nick Fury in that movie was not Nick Fury, it was a Skrull. That's just a taste of, oh, the invasion is coming, because look at how they're already like posing and like replicating people's like mannerisms and stuff like that without no detection. You can see how that can be scary. So that's the basis of Secret Invasion. I've been excited for this because I read the comic book like years ago when I was still in my undergrad years, and I was invested. I was seated because I was shook with the twists and turns of finding out who was a Skrull and who was not. And of course, it's not going to be like straight off from the book. It's only going to be like inspired and like loosely based off of, because the characters who were involved in the book obviously have not either been introduced into the MCU yet, or like they're gone or not really actively involved in MCU that much anymore. So regardless, but still, it's still gonna be exciting. And basically when we start off, the first 5 minutes was like released like 2 weeks prior to the launch of the series, and we saw that Everett Ross was in there trying to help a fellow agent out. That was already red flag number one, because last time we saw Everett, he was getting held off to jail because Valentina arrested him because they thought he was in cahoots with the Wakandans and all that kind of stuff. We know what happened in Black Panther 2, and we see that Okoye saved him, and they posted, I would assume he's with the Wakandans doing something, not frolicking around in Moscow helping an agent out. Obviously there could be some stuff we just don't know as to like what he's been up to, but that was just already a red flag, which I was right in. So that was already a shock to know that Everett was like a Skrull. Not a shock, I guess, to me, more so of like, dang, we're already into knowing that they're about to be impersonating people that we thought we can trust. So that was already crazy. And then we see that Talos makes his appearance also as well too, trailing who we thought was Everett and exposing that no, the rebellious group has finally made their way to Earth and they're already doing stuff and it's getting really real. So other things that really stuck out to me was that, oh wow, like Fury has, like, I think one of the main things that I was like questioning was because of the antics that happened with Far From Home, for how long has Fury been gone? Like, when is the last time we truly saw Fury? Because obviously Fury and Talos have been doing the switch off, obviously, where Fury can't really leave his post up there. So like, I think from what I'm gathering, obviously we saw, so Fury really did disappear for 5 years. So he left his post and literally came down to Earth, and we really saw him get vanished. So that means that he was really there. He was there for Tony's funeral, question mark, I think. Yeah, I would think so. So I think he was gone for those 5 years, and then he came back up and was trying to pick up the pieces of the initiative happening on that Saber ship. But when we see Fury come down to Earth in this first episode, you know, the gravity was already taking a toll on him. Like, his knees were like, you know, aching, and he was walking a little bit too slow and slouchy. So it's just like, how long has it been? I mean, honestly, I think if you're even gone for like even a short amount of time, you're gonna feel the aches, stuff like that. So, but it would be nice to know like the exact timestamp of like how long has he been up there, and when was he truly here and not here? Because that switcheroo that happened in Far From Home, like, I don't know what to trust. So either way, let's let that go. And then we get introduced to some other new characters: Olivia Colman's character, Emilia Clarke's character, and the leader of the rebellion. So we get introduced to some new key players. Also reintroduced to you know, our beloveds Maria Hill and Rhodey. Sorry, I just needed a minute. And we get introduced to them and where they're at right now. We see that Rhodey is working close with the president, and Maria is still holding down the fort. Last time can y'all let me know, Maria, the last time I saw for sure of what she was doing is that, yes, I know she was still helping Fury, but I thought she was still like under the Stark Industries umbrella, because that's the last time we saw her working like for an organization per se. Like, obviously I know she was doing some other things, like knowing what Fury had going on, but just help me jog my memory there. But either way, we see her, and Talos gives us a little bit of a rundown as well too in regards to what's been going on since we last saw them. And I'm just really, we also saw the rebellious group, like, I guess, I don't know where they're hijacking these, like, I don't know where they're getting their people from to, not their people, I should say, I don't know where they are, I don't know where they're getting the victims to impersonate. Because we see this whole laboratory spiel thing, and I'm just like, why? Like, these are everyday people, and y'all grabbing them up, tossing them in some booth, and talk about some take their memories. I'm like, Lord, what? That is crazy. And that's just, and I knew, let's just go back to Emilia Clarke's character. I knew that was Talos' daughter, because I remember, boom, in Captain Marvel, he had a little girl, and then before they made the official connection that that's his daughter, I was like, yeah, your daughter's working for the rebellion. And obviously that tracks, because like when kids grow up and, you know, they get their mind of their own, and, you know, it just made sense, to just track. And what gagged me is that, yes, okay, that's Talos' daughter, and then we also saw in Captain Marvel that, you know, he had a wife that he also has not seen in such a long time, right? And they got reconnected at the end, right? Why we get to this now and find out she, you know, she's no longer with us. She was, you know, taken off the board by the rebellious group, because they're not taking, like, they're like, you get with us or you get gone. And I guess she got gone by them, but Emilia Clarke's character did not know that, because she was like, Mom doesn't know what she wants. She was speaking in present tense. And Taylor was like, her last words were, she said, what? What you mean her last words? Sis didn't know her mom was off the grid. And he was like, ask your little friends. Gagged her real good, because imagine not knowing your mom is not here no more, but also that your crew, the rebellious people who you want to fight the cause for, is the one who took her out. So she was shook, and that also like motivated her to drop the dime on the rebellious group about their plans of what they wanted to do, right? So Talos trying to, you know, use the information to tell Fury and Maria that, okay, so this is what the rebellious group is about to do, and we need to be on the lookout for their devices that they're about to be planting around different areas. So they, you know, Maria, Fury. Also, let's pause on that real quick. Maria and Fury have tension between them in regards to, like, Maria was not, I guess, like, Fury just like isolated their communication, like he just kind of like dropped their communication between each other, so their relationship, it looked like it became a little too strained for me. And I always saw them as like mentor-mentee relationship type stuff. And what happened? Like, I understand, like, okay, the communication stuff, like, I don't know, Fury looks a little too soft, and that was the main thing that people kept pointing out, was Fury was not like having his head on the swivel, like he's moving to, like, he's getting rusted, like his, like, you know, he's not on his A game. And I'm just thinking that, like, well, they also said, like, you know, the blip really affected him. Obviously, that was very traumatic. But it's also like, what happened? Like, what happened? That also needs to be addressed. But I don't know how they're gonna address it. Anyway, so Talos, so the big three, Talos, Maria, and Fury, go to the spot where things are about to, you know, shake off at. And I had to pause right there, because I'm like, I had to make a little quick prediction. I'm like, by the end of this show, is Fury gonna still be with us? Because we already know that Marvel does not care about hurting our feelings in regards to taking people off the charts, you know? So I'm like, if Fury is not gonna be with us by the end of this show, I don't know how I can cope with that. I don't know how I can move with that, right? So I resumed back, and I knew something was gonna go, like some trick was gonna happen. I knew the hayride because Fury. I need to look up. Actually, my phone is nowhere near me, and I knew I should have brought it near me. The leader of the rebellious group, him and Fury obviously have history, because I believe that he, as he grew older, he started to, like, you know, have a more different track mind of what needs to be done in order to get them their home. And of course, with Fury's disappearance because of the blip, it just gave him all the more room and space to really get his own group started of taking over Earth. So Fury has this deep connection with this leader, and ooh, yeah. And I just knew that this was gonna be, this was like, obviously because of their history, they know how each other moves, and especially the rebellious leader knows how Fury would move. So comes to find out that this was like basically a trap. This was like to lure them there. I mean, Amelia did tell her daddy that, they did tell us that he expects them to be there, but to what regard we did not know. That already didn't surround my spirit. So then now when they get there and like it starts to get real active, they start like doing the chase of, okay, Maria was chasing this one person, Talos was chasing that other person, Fury was following this, that little girl, what? Hey, that little girl who was like, first of all, they were being a little too racist. I was catching up to too many vibes of them just staring at Fury walking around because he's black or whatever. That was already ticking me off, right? But we see this little girl playing and was just staring. I'm like, girl, go with your toy and let's move out the way. Like, you ain't seen a black person before, okay, move on. But then she magically pop up at this whole activity scene. And I'm just like, this girl, she's not sitting around my spirit. She don't change into a woman. So morphed into a woman. So now I'm like, okay, yeah, so it's a squirrel, right? Morphin. We get to the rebellious leader. It was him all along. So I'm like, were you there? In the streets looking at him up and down? It better have been you. That's the only way to save that, right? But anyway, so from there, I just knew that it's just about to pop off. So, ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom. Popping off, right? Everybody's running amok because what is happening? What is happening? I'm shook, right? And I thought it was going to be curtains for somebody. Or I thought somebody's going to lose a limb. I just thought, you know, what's happening? So, but also what was confusing me with that scene was the rebellious leader. He was hurting my eyes the way he was moving, because one minute we were seeing him there, and the next minute you see it feel like when they moved the camera over somewhere else, he was over there. I'm like, how did you get there so fast? But obviously in the trailer we could see that he could multiply, like how Corey Guns was multiplying more, you know. Scream hotter than summer sun on a 6 foot, 7 foot. Is Corey Guns? That's Corey Guns. That's Corey Guns, right? Peter Guns, yes, because Peter Guns is Peter Guns and then Corey Guns is his son. Yes, so in 6 foot, 7 foot Corey Guns' part, he was multiplying. And that's how we know that, oh boy, the rebellious leader can multiply too, right? Anyway, so that's why I was like, okay, he can multiply, right? So Fury and Maria finally meet up. Fury and Maria finally meet up, and she was like, Fury and Maria, and I was like, okay, oh, they miss each other. They're like, they're looking out like, oh, they're both safe. Girl down, girl down, girl down, girl down, girl down, girl down. They don't took Maria. I was so hurt. I'm crying. They don't took her because it wasn't Fury. It was a rebellious leader. disguising as Fury, did a little sneak little poo-poo because, you know, Maria's guard is down. And that's Fury now, for all she know. So her guard is in. My mouth dropped. And when Fury finally caught up, I'm like, oh, they're about to take her because she, you know, they can like patch her up. This ain't the first time somebody's been, you know, or somebody has been girl down, girl down. So they're about to take her up. They left her there. And that's how the episode ended. Just her on the ground. Whew. That was hard. That was really hard because I feel like there's more of a story with Maria. Like I feel like there's more. And what hit me hard was when the credit scene started rolling and I saw a special guest star and I saw, you know, the actress's real name, and I'm like, sorry? Special guest star. I thought she was a main character. It's my first day back doing this YouTube stuff and my camera has already given me so much wahala and it's just really annoying. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So with the show, I am excited to see where this is gonna go. The death of Maria Hill has shook me to my core because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that, especially like it's a 6th episode run, and obviously there's, I mean, if each episode goes to 55 minutes to an hour-ish, if you want to round up, that's 6 hours in total, but they still don't have enough time to waste if they want to flesh out a story to get us going immediately, because now I only have 5 episodes left. So I'm just really shocked because it just sets the tone that many people who we don't want to see go will possibly go. And like I stated before, Marvel has not been playing with us in that regards. They do not care about hurting our feelings or making us cry. They're like, enough of the kid play, no more. You know, we're done with that. Like, it's time for y'all to know that things can get real fast. So I'm just shocked, and I'm just hoping that after this, or somewhere in the middle as this show is running, that we also get like a special of or at least incorporate into one of the episodes of a storyline of Meet the Skrulls. And that is a comic book that also kind of shows Skrulls infiltrating into society as we know it, because this family of Skrulls, the husband was like a SHIELD agent, the wife was also a employee at Stark Industries, and the kids were at schools that that their parents were higher up people. However, I believe the daughter started to like really fall in love with society as it was and wanted to stay that way. And that whole ordeal that happened, that whole storyline fleshed out, I would love to see it like as a special, as an episode or something. I would like to see that happen. So I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they really would do that, but I would like to see that happen in some capacity. So what do you guys think? Also, my other question that is still nagging me is the Everett scene. Ross, did that special agent that was, you know, there with him that wanted to spill the tea, did he not know, like, how was he removed from the agency? Because I know he said he doesn't trust anybody at the agency, but how far is he removed from the agency to not know that Ross is like a fugitive? Because at least from my mindset, Ross is a fugitive, right? He was never truly exonerated after Black Panther 2. Okoye broke him out of chains to save him from him going to jail. So technically, isn't he on the run and a fugitive? Because Valentina still believes that he has something to do there, and you know, she's already evil. So that's one question there. And what do y'all think, like, what do y'all think one we may see come from like one of the movies or shows? Like, do you think we're gonna see Bucky, I don't think so, because I don't think so. But like, what characters do you guys think may pop up that we haven't seen in a minute or will be surprised to see? And what are you guys thinking? What we saying? What we thinking about this? Because I have a lot of questions, but I'm talking to my friend about it right now, so I want to just talk to him about it to see like where. Let's just combine our notes, so I'll just keep that there. But I'm really looking forward to see what you guys have to say about the show. What are you excited to see? What are your questions? What are your thoughts? What's the feedback? What we saying? So I'm just gonna leave that there. This video has been fun to make, a little bit stressful because I feel like I ramble and I'm not making any sense, but hopefully you guys understood what I was saying. Hopefully it did make sense. Hopefully we'll just see. Maybe this video will not make it live. If it does, then whatever. But what are you guys saying? What we thinking about? And let me know down in the comments below. Please subscribe, like, and of course comment. And I will see you guys with my next video. Bye.